Hey guys, what is going on? It is Daily Tactics here, and today we are back with another fan-requested Star Wars Galaxy at War video. If you would like to request a video to be made, go ahead and go on my Discord and go to the channel video requests and post it there, and I will be sure to check it out. No promises I will make it, but if it is a good idea and doable, I would love to. I love doing the fan requests. This is by Deputy Scruffles. So he asked that I remake the cinematic from the Knights of the Old Republic video game, where the Sith army is moving through the forest and Old Republic resistance troops ambush them. It's a really cool cinematic. I highly recommend you go check it out before you watch this video, and then come back to this video and watch this, because we're going to be recreating it. So, as you can see here, we have Sith troopers all lined up and ready to roll. Actually quite cool looking. And then we've also got some Sith Lords accompanying them, sabers drawn, ready to roll, and some droidekas, because as you probably could tell in the cinematic, they do have some primitive looking droidekas. I don't have access to those primitive droidekas. I don't think they've ever been made for the mod, but I just put in regular droidekas. You know, we'll just say they were an older model, something like that. They don't have a shield or anything like that, so a rocket launcher isn't necessary to take them out. You just got to pour fire onto them, basically. So yeah, huge amount of Sith troops moving forward, and the Old Republic have set up their ambush. They are hiding on the hills. They've got a first line, which is the ambush line, and they are hiding behind the rocks. They're completely surrounding them. That's not an ambush line. Here's an ambush line. Yep, just hiding behind the rocks, and they are about to erupt into fire because the Sith have walked into their trap. And then behind the ambush line is the charging line, and these are men who are going to charge forward after the initial ambush, and they are going to start cleaning up a little bit, if all goes well. We know from the cinematic that not everywhere won, but a good amount of places did. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's get a good angle. I think here's probably... this is pretty good, right? So yeah, guys. Enough of me blathering on and on. Let's get it started. We'll go into slow-mo because it's an ambush and we don't want to miss too much of one angle or whatever. So the Old Republic begins to fire onto these Sith troopers, and the Sith react immediately. They were expecting this battle, obviously. So they begin to fight, and many on both sides going down. No one is safe in this battle. It is very hectic. We see a lot of the Sith troopers trying to get out of the open valley here and try to get to cover, but they're getting hit hard by the Old Republic troopers who are behind the cover they want. We do see some Sith actually running forward here, actual Sith Lords, and it looks like they're going for a lightsaber charge here. If they get too close, they will cut down these troops, but it doesn't seem like they're going to manage it. One goes down. We got another trooper here. This other one, this lady here, is taking a lot of fire. She's probably trying to deflect it with her lightsaber, but it's too much. And she'll likely go down in the next few seconds here, but we don't need to watch that. These guys ended up getting a good amount of kills. Wow. They got nice and close to these Old Republic troopers and managed to devastate them, really. We see droidekas just absolutely piling on fire, as well as some of the Sith troopers. And the green, I believe, is the droideka laser fire, and then the red is the Sith laser fire, and the blue is the Old Republic laser fire, if you just want to put some of these things into perspective a little bit. The Old Republic, it looks like they're getting torn to pieces, but they've still got a good amount of men left over. The entire back has been destroyed, but the front is still very, very healthy. Still a lot of men, and they've got good cover as well. So let's go into regular speed now as we continue the battle. It looks like these two Sith are still derping around on the side over here, being super weird. And we got a couple of Old Republic troopers over here holding out just a little bit, but they're getting gunned down slowly one by one by these Sith troops. But they're going to take a few out before they go down too. And the main assault here has withered down a considerable amount, I'd say. They're down to just a few troops now, I would say. as they charge on these Old Republic positions, which are still going strong, but they too have taken heavy losses. Really, both sides are in precarious positions where they could win or they could lose, especially because the Old Republic has the defensive advantage here with this nice hill cover. But they are starting to get surrounded. There is, in fact, a Sith Lord who just took down an Old Republic trooper with his saber right there in the woods. It's a bad flank right there. Oh, but now the Old Republic is looking extraordinarily outnumbered by these Sith, who are climbing closer and closer to their position, especially through the woods here. Yeah, we can see they're clambering forward bit by bit, and now they're basically executing the Old Republic remaining troopers here. Was that it? Is that the end? I think there's still one more somewhere. It looks, maybe not. Oh man. Okay. So a very devastating battle for the Old Republic. Really did not go very well. Man, perhaps we should add a few more men, because we're only at the 6-minute mark. I mean, we might as well make this fun, right? I agree. I agree. So, looks like reinforcements are going to be coming in here. Perhaps these guys finished their battle in their sector of ALDERAAN, and are now ready to take on a sector that lost, a sector that failed. They're hoping to get there. Perhaps some men are just unconscious and aren't fully dead, so they could potentially save them. We're not going to give them too many troops, probably still a few less than the Sith have, just out of fairness to the Sith, who won fair and square, but we will give them enough to put up a fighting chance, you know? So we're going to start marching these men forward. Alright, let me know what you guys think of this video in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinion. I'd love to hear your ideas also in the Discord, because that's where I check for ideas. If I'm ever just like, wow, I really can't think of anything to do in the mod today, might as well check the Discord video requests. So you can suggest them in the YouTube comments and I will read them, but the likelihood of me later on going back to reread them is lesser. That droideka just got absolutely blasted to bits. This other one is clambering up the mountain. I love the way it's sort of like tic-tac, with its little feet, I guess. This other one is getting off some good fire. Oh, maybe the droidekas might have the red blaster fire and the Sith troopers might have the green. It's not totally clear to me. Oh, that Sith Lord just took out 1 or 2 men, but then fell himself. This droideka is just full on, just face blasting these Old Republic troops. Oh, but he has exploded. And the rest of the Sith troops in the very back here are continuing the fight. Here's another Sith Lord hiding in the trees with his men, perhaps barking out orders. Meanwhile, the Old Republic are continuing to take losses, but they're actually gaining some ground, it does appear. They've got a whole ton of men in the very back, providing cover fire for the men who are fighting in the brambles up ahead. It's a very thick forest here on ALDERAAN, so it's a bit difficult to see, as you can tell. Here we can get the outline of the troops here. They're pushing forward and coming in to the enemy position, but the enemy does have a bunch of downed trees now from the first battle to use as cover, which is going to make them a bit harder to take out. We'll see if they manage to do it, though. Look at this tree. It's housing like 20 men. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Yeah, I'm enjoying doing these sort of random battles. Rico's Brigade is always fun to make, and always fun to see your guys' reaction to the newest story. But man, it takes so long to do. These are quicker, they're easier to make, but they're also kind of more fun because I don't have to worry about storyboarding and things like that. I can just sort of get in and just sandbox it, you know? And I do like doing that a little bit more. But I know you guys prefer Rico's Brigade, so that's not going away. Every Saturday, new episode of Rico's Brigade, don't you worry. Regardless, of that, the Sith do appear to have pushed up to these rocks here, and now they are laying on heavy, heavy fire towards the Old Republic troopers who are in the very back here, actually. We see a couple of their green lasers coming in and hitting some of these men. It is a toss-up who's going to win this. Overall, at the end of the day, at the end of the cinematic, the Old Republic troopers sent up a flare if they had won their battle. So we see that the whole planet lights up with flares, and Old Republic cruisers begin coming in to shuffle out the men who are stuck on the planet. Wherever there's a flare, of course. It's a pretty cool cinematic. I'm sure many Star Wars fans have seen it if you're watching this video and you're a Star Wars fan, you know? But we are seeing large numbers of Old Republic troopers start to die now. It seems like the Sith have just superior cover, and that's making a pretty big difference here. Yeah, but they're still going down as well. You know, it's a little tit for tat right now, it seems. Oh, actually, there's still some Old Republic troopers hiding in here amongst the bodies. Just massive, massive amount of bodies. It's tough. It's very, very tough. Man, they're fighting in the brambles where it's just very, very hard to see. I wish those two trees knocked down, and that way we could see a little better. There's still two droidicas, actually. Wait, where are these guys? There's one supposedly here. Yeah, there he is. And there's one... Where is this other one? It's on the minimap. There it is. It's right here. That's interesting. There's still a few surviving droidicas. Alright. So, the last of the Sith troops seem to have made a defense around here. This area. They're holding off against the Republic, who is moving forward a little bit. We can see some men in these trees, and we've got the constant fire from the back as well, which has toned down a little bit as they seem to have died or moved up to the front, but there's still a couple of marksmen back there taking some shots. Here we've got a large mass of Sith, and we can see the muzzle flash from their rifles amongst the trees, which is kind of cool to see. And I mean, it's so dense in this forest. It's really hard to see. I can't even really see any Old Republic troopers. Alright, let's get these Old Republic guys in a final charge. Like to see them going forward. Alright, so they are going forward a little bit more here. Dismantling the Sith position a little bit, it seems, and taking out some of their men. Again, it's kind of hard to see them with all this foliage, but hopefully you can make out a bit of the battle. We're seeing some Sith Lords go down. Not Lords, but Sith Troopers, sorry. But they are taking up firing positions on the hillside here now. Though they do seem to get shot down from those. Is this the end of the Old Republic right over here? It might be. Alright, let's do one last thing for them. Let's say there was an LAT way back here. Let's say they just invented the LAT, I don't know. So, we're going to retreat the last of these men to the LAT, so the Old Republic can live on. You know, man, get out of here, boys. We need to live to fight another day. That's more important than losing these men and possibly killing one or two more Sith. We're now retreating back to their camp, it seems. They've suffered heavy losses, the Sith, but overall this is definitely a victory for them. Alright, let's do just a quick little bombing run there. And then, oh no! Well, it seems as though the Old Republic didn't manage to get away. A lucky Sith shot down the LAT and managed to kill the rest of the force. Here it is here. It's a dang shame. Either way, huge victory for the Sith. I mean, look, they lost a ton of men. Just everywhere there's dead Sith. They lost a lot of Sith Lords as well, and they lost some droidicas. But, I mean, the Old Republic I think outnumbers them in terms of deaths. And overall, these Sith are still alive. They're still left standing here with a few droidekas as well. But, you know, who knows? Other parts of Alderaan did succeed. This is just not one of those instances. Either way, guys, let me know what kind of videos you want to see next time on my Discord. Let me know how you enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you did enjoy. I'd love it if we could hit 3,000 subscribers soon. That'd be awesome. We've been growing like crazy, and it's all thanks to you guys. You guys really are the best. So yeah, I'll talk to you all later. Peace.